Center for Civil Service and TNPSC coaching, jointly organized by Kohlberg and Vygotsky, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University. May I invite Mrs. Kartika, Education, to give us a address. Kartika, you can proceed, ma'am.
Hello, shall I begin?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I would like to begin with the Russian proverb, awake for morning in the bowl of night, has plumbed the stone that puts the stars to fly. The morning is wiser than the evening. A pleasant and happy morning to all the dignitaries. On behalf of our chairman, vice chairman, chairperson, principal and staff of Kohlberg College of Teacher Education, I extend a warm and hearty welcome to our success motivator, Dr. N.Ramakrishnan, Vice Chancellor, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University, for the national webinar on Theories of Child Development, Part 2. It's my proud privilege to welcome Dr. Ramakrishnan, Registrar, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University. I extend my welcome to Dr. Govindan, Controller of Exams, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University. It's my proud pleasure to welcome Dr.N.Ramakrishnan, Member Syndicate, Professor and Head of the Department of Educational Technology, Tamilnadu Teachers Education University. I am duty-bound to welcome the Head of the Department of various departments of Tamilnadu Teachers Education University. I welcome the Associate and Assistant Professors of the University. I deem it a great honor to welcome our successful leader, Dr. G. Natarajan, Chairman, Kohlberg Educational Trust and Kohlberg Educational Institution. I welcome Srimati Brinda Natarajan, the Chairperson of Kohlberg College of Educational Institution. I extend my welcome to Engineer N. Vishwanathan, the Vice Chairman of Kohlberg College of Teacher Education. I welcome the trust members and the management committee members of Kohlberg College of Teacher Education. I welcome Sri N. Rajan Babu, the dedicated principal of Kohlberg College of Teacher Education. I also welcome the professors, associate professors, and assistant professors of Kohlberg College of Teacher Education. I extend my warm welcome to the professors, associate professors, assistant professors, principals, and participants of various educational colleges from all states and territories of our nation. I also welcome the teachers from various schools, students of B.Ed and M.Ed from various educational colleges of our nation. Last but not least, I would like to thank God Almighty and the management of Kohlberg College of Teacher Education for having given me the opportunity to present the welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your warm welcoming. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination and hard work. Now I request Mr. Rajan Babu sir, Principal, Kohlberg College of Teacher Education, to give an introduction about our resource person. Sir?
Yes, madam. A very warm good morning to all. And it is our privilege to conduct this event jointly with our reputed Tamilnadu Teacher Education University. I am very much thankful to the Vice Chancellor of our university, and already welcome address has been given by one of the staff members, and just I don't want to take much time on elaborating on all those events. Now let me introduce the very resourceful resource person who is going to give a great lecture on a very important topic today. And on behalf of management, I welcome Professor and Head of the Department of Education Technology, Dr. Ramakrishnan sir. Welcome you, sir. And his resume runs to pages. I think it will take another 10 to 15 minutes to complete it. If suppose we are giving all the credentials of our great professor, and sir belongs to Madurai, and he is MA in History, University second rank, and B.Ed and M.Ed from Annamalai University, and MPhil from Madurai Kamraj University, and also qualified left in education, and also sir has been awarded PhD, the topic cross-media comparisons and collaborative learning effects on history, achievements of 9th standard students from Madurai Kamraj University, and sir also finished MSc Psychology in the same university. And sir is having a vast experience in teaching for the past 18 years, and sir has published 102 papers and presented 93 papers and guided research scholars in different disciplines. Sir guided 8 PhD scholars, and 7 has been awarded already PhD, and MPhil 14 scholars, MSc Psychology 2 scholars, and M.Ed 11 scholars. And sir already has been awarded Tamilnadu Kalvi Araichu Valarchi Muduvanam has given 2018 year Asiriya Chammal Virdu. Sir published Kalviyal Pudumigal book in Tamil in 2008, and also edited a number of books, and sir has been the great guest speaker in 7 national level events and 3 state level events, and a lot of professional courses sir has attended, and is also the academic council member of Madurai Kamraj University, and also Tamilnadu Teacher Education University from the year 2012, and also the academic council member of Ramakrishnan Vishwavidyalaya College of Education in Coimbatore. Sir presently, as you all know, is working and guiding us in our university, and also the affiliation committee member of our university, and staff selection committee member in NKT College of Education of Chennai, and is also resource person in the UGC Academic Staff College of Bharatiya University, and also acted as a research person in Mother Teresa University at Kodaikanal, and he has organized a lot of seminars and conferences, and has given more than 10 video packages, and he has developed a lot of computer skills and programs, and sir involved in a lot of activities in different education colleges and also arts and science colleges, and sir also the academic body member in Society for Educational Explorations, and also Society for Education Technology Research and Development, and sir is also a member of social body of Victoria Edward Hall Society. So it runs to pages. Suppose I am given only a highlight of sir's credentials. If go on telling his credentials, I think this session will almost over. Such a reputed person we are having today amongst us. Welcome you, sir. And because of the management, myself and the staff members of our college, we are very fortunate to have this kind of very resourceful person today. And the session is yours now, sir. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rajan Babu sir, Principal, Kohlberg College of Education. And I would like to thank all the management, director and deputy director, chairman, vice chairman, all the persons who are in the administrative level of Kohlberg College of Education, principal and the professors of Kohlberg College of Education, and students, B.Ed and M.Ed students of Kohlberg College of Education, B.Ed and M.Ed students of other colleges of education in Tamilnadu, and all the professors, associate professors across the country, and my dear own scholars, and starting from Prasila, Prasita, Utrani, Vigeshwari, Revati, Umarani, Divya, Jamuna Rani, and Suganya, Ramavan, and all those who are present here. A very good morning to one and all present here, and the time is already now, so we will start. I am going to discuss on two psychologists given theories on child development, and these two persons are very important persons, and number one is Kohlberg and another one is Vygotsky. And the Kohlberg is an American psychologist and Vygotsky is the Russian psychologist. Now let us see Kohlberg. And you see the picture, the photograph of Kohlberg. Kohlberg is Kohlberg. I think are you able to see my slides? Are you able to see my slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Yes. Thank you. Lawrence Kohlberg. His full name is Lawrence Kohlberg. He was born on October 25th, 1927, in Bronxville, New York. He died in January 1987 at the age of 59. Cause of death, suicide, I will discuss it later. And the nationality is United States. Alma mater, he has studied in University of Chicago, and he was the one who got bachelor's degree in 1 year. Nowadays we are seeing that very brilliant children, they are getting dual degrees, and he was the one who got a bachelor's degree in 1 year in University of Chicago. He is known for Lawrence Kohlberg's stages of moral development. The field is psychology. Now see his life. He served as a professor in the psychology department at the University of Chicago and at the Graduate School of Education at Harvard University. Usual in his era, he decided to study the topic of moral judgment, extending John Piaget's account of children's moral development from 25 years earlier. In fact, it took Kohlberg 5 years before he was able to publish an article based on his views. Kohlberg's work reflected and extended not only Piaget's findings but also the theories of philosophers George Herbert Mead and James Mark Baldwin. At the same time, he was creating a new field within psychology, that is moral development. Kohlberg. Lawrence Kohlberg was born in Bronxville, New York, as we have seen earlier. He was the youngest of 4 children of Alfred Kohlberg, a Jewish German entrepreneur. Normally, you can see the most intellectual community, we call the Jewish community as most intellectual community. And you might have heard about World War II. During the period of World War II, the Hitler used to kill all Jews and in concentration camp. There is also a Jew, a Jewish German entrepreneur, and of his second wife Charlotte Albrecht, a Christian German chemist. His parents separated. You see his pathetic situation. Even at the young tender age, his parents separated when he was 4 years old and divorced finally when he was 14 years. From 1933 to 1938, Lawrence and his 3 other siblings rotated between their mother and father for 6 months at a time. So now you can see the mothers and mothers in rotation, 6 months with the father, 6 months with the mother. That was the situation for him, very bad situation. In 1938, his rotating custody of the Kohlberg children was ended, allowing the children to choose the parent with whom they wanted to live. Kohlberg attended high school at Phillips Academy in Andover, Massachusetts, which was an elite preparatory school. Kohlberg served in the Merchant Marine at the end of World War II. He worked for a time with the Haganah on a ship smuggling Jewish refugees from Romania through the British blockade into Palestine. Because during World War II, all the Jews were entering into Palestine, to create a new separate state for them. That is the state now for in the world. We have a separate state in the world that is for Jews, and that is known as Israel. At the time, all the Jews from various parts of Europe and Russia and Romania, and they wanted to go to Palestine. And that time he was working in a ship, captured by the British, and he was immediately captured by the British, and he was put in an internment camp in Cyprus. From later Kohlberg escaped from that, and Kohlberg was in Palestine during the fighting in 1948 to establish the state of Israel, but refused to participate and focused on non-violent forms of activism. He also lived like non-violent forms of activism, like our Mahatma Gandhi ji. He also lived in an Israeli kibbutz during this time until he was able to return to America in 1948. He returns to America. In the same year, he enrolled at the University of Chicago. At this time at Chicago, it was possible to gain credit for courses by examination. You see, the credit courses were introduced at the University of Chicago even in 1948. And Kohlberg gained his bachelor's degree in 1 year because he has completed all the credits. That's why he was able to complete the bachelor's degree in 1 year. In 1948, he then began study for his doctoral degree in psychology, which he completed at Chicago in 1958. In those early years, he read Piaget's work. Kohlberg found a scholarly approach that gave a central place to the individual's reasoning in moral decision making. Kohlberg's first academic appointment was at Yale University as an assistant professor of psychology in 1958 to 61. In 1955, while beginning his dissertation, he had married Lucy Leigh Stigbert, and the couple had 2 sons, David and Stephen. Kohlberg spent a year at the Center for Advanced Study in the Behavioral Sciences in Palo Alto, California in 1961 to 1962, and then joined the Psychology Department of the University of Chicago as assistant, then associate professor of Psychology and Human Development in 1962 to 1967. He held a visiting appointment at the Harvard Graduate School of Education in 1967 to 1968, and then was appointed Professor of Education and Associate Psychology there beginning 1968, where he remained until his death. His writing, some of the Kohlberg's most important publications were collected in his essays on moral development, volumes 1 and 2, The Philosophy of Moral Development in 1981, and The Psychology of Moral Development in 1984, published by Harper and Row. Other works published by Kohlgames or about Kohlberg's theories and research include Consensus and Controversy, The Meaning and Measurement of Moral Development, Lawrence Kohlberg's Approach to Moral Education and Child Psychology and Childhood Education, a Cognitive Developmental View. And that you see, let us see, is that while doing cross-cultural research in Belize in 1971, Kohlberg contracted a parasitic infection. Due to this, he suffered from extreme abdominal pain. The long-term effects of the infection and the medications took their toll, and Kohlberg's health declined, as he also engaged in increasingly demanding professional work, including just community prison and school moral education programs, because he developed a new psychology, that is moral development. In that moral development, he has identified, say, 6 stages. Because of his introduction in the moral development, he was given a professional work in the community prison and in the school moral education programs. He was actively engaged because these were a lot of professional works and he had to do. And at the same time, due to his parasitic infection, he suffered of abdominal pain. That is why that made him to commit suicide. You see, just such a great man has committed suicide. On January 1987, Kohlberg parked at the end of a dead-end street in Winthrop, Massachusetts, across from Boston's Logan Airport. He left his wallet with identification on the front seat of his unlocked car and apparently walked into the icy Boston harbor. You see, he has driven his own car, and the car was parked at a particular place, and he has opened, unlocked, the doors were unlocked. He has put his identification wallet on the front seat, and after putting all those things, directly walked straight into the Boston Harbor. His car and wallet were found within a couple of weeks, and his body was recovered sometime later with a later winter thaw in a tidal marsh across the harbor near the end of a Logan Airport runway. After Kohlberg's body was recovered and his death confirmed, former students and colleagues published special issues of scholarly journals to commemorate his contribution to development psychology. See, such a great man, completed a bachelor's degree in 1 year in the University of Chicago, but his final end of his life, see, he has driven his own car and left his identification wallet in the car, so that those who are they can after his death, the people can easily identify it is who Kohlberg has committed. Kohlberg has died. Like that, they have to identify. That's why he has left his identification wallet purposely in the front row of front seat of his car, and the unbearable of his abdominal pain due to his parasitic infection, he straightly walked into the harbor and committed suicide. His body was found very late. After that, the government officially confirmed his death. Then after confirming his death, his students published all the unpublished works, and they started this, the moral development psychology and other issues were started by his own students. And see, Kohlberg, now let us see. Now we have seen about a biographical sketch of Kohlberg. And Kohlberg, biographical sketch of Kohlberg. Kohlberg was born in Bronxville, New York, and is from a Jewish father, and he was separated at young age, and later he moved. He was working in a ship. Then he was put in an internment camp by British, and escaped from that, and again came to America in 1948. Completed his bachelor's degree in University of Chicago, and he worked there, and then later on in Harvard School of Education, and later he became a professor of education, and he developed moral stages. And now we are going to see his contribution to the field of psychology, that is stages of moral development. And you all know about moral development. What do you mean by moral development? Moral development, actually the rules which are governing us, or we frame ourselves as governing rules, and that is moral development. Self-discipline, you can call it as self-discipline. Kohlberg's research yielded 3 levels of moral development. Actually, his levels were 3 levels: pre-conventional level, conventional level, post-conventional level. For each level, he has given two stages. And now let us see. Each level consisted of 2 stages. And the levels are 3. What are they? Pre-conventional level, conventional level, post-conventional level. And each level has 2 stages. And we will discuss in detail with a lot of illustrations that will make you to understand Kohlberg's stages of moral development. Totally, he has 6 stages, 3 levels, leading to 6 stages in total. People pass through each stage sequentially, one stage after another stage only we are moving. Thinking at the new stage, replacing the thinking at the previous stage. Not everyone reaches the highest stages in Kohlberg's theory. In fact, Kohlberg believed that many didn't move past his 3rd and 4th stage. Kohlberg himself has believed that he has identified 6 stages, but Kohlberg himself has stated that in his knowledge, nobody has crossed more than 3rd and 4th stages. That was his experience. Now let us see what are the stages. Number 1, level 1, pre-conventional level. At the pre-conventional level, morality is extremely controlled. Rules imposed by authority figures are conform, not conform, but conform. Conform, there is a difference between conform and conform. And that is a conform means followed, in order to avoid punishment or receive rewards. This perspective involves the idea that what is right, what one can get away with, or what is personally satisfying. Level 1 has 2 stages. What are they? Number 1, stage 1, punishment or obedience orientation. If a girl or a boy is punished, he will not do that activity. If the girl or boy is rewarded or praised, the girl or boy will do that activity. See, behavior is determined by consequences. Consequences, what will happen if I do? if I take the mobile phone of my father, he will punish me. Then I won't touch it. Like that, the people will develop that type of orientation. That is known as punishment or obedience orientation. The individual will obey in order to avoid punishment. Nowadays, children at this age, what normally they do? They go and play in the streets. They take the sands and they take all the things. Then the mother comes and punishes the child. Don't do that. You are playing with the sand and you are spoiling your hand. You are spoiling your shirt and you are spoiling your trouser like that. The girl or boy is being punished by mother. Then it will not do it again. Then if it is rewarded, very good, you have done. Like that, if your mother or father says that it, the girl, the boy, the child will do that activity. That is punishment and obedience orientation. Stage 2 is instrumental purpose orientation. Instrumental purpose orientation. If I help you, will you help me? That is the policy. Behavior is determined by consequences. The individual focuses on receiving rewards or satisfying personal needs. Suppose you might have watched girls while they are playing, they will say that if they come with a car, that another boy is coming with a truck or something like. The girl will offer him, I will give my car to you, you give your truck to me. So we will interchange and play like that. That kind of thing, instrumental purpose orientation. Now see, this punishment and obedience orientation, the boys are punished, they were these see in this picture you can see punishment makes them not to do that activity. This is the first stage. The second stage, you scratch my back, I will scratch yours. That is the policy. Next, that is instrumental purpose orientation. You see, you just help me, I will help you. You just give me 10 rupees for a cup of coffee or something like that. Something for snacks today. Tomorrow I will give you. Like that, the children will play. That is the stage, instrumental purpose orientation. Now we are moving to level 2. So that is first one, punishment or obedience orientation. The rules are governed by punishment. Now the children will go out of the school classroom. If they go out of the classroom, the teacher will punish them. So having perceived that the teacher will punish them, the children will not go out of the classroom. That is punishment or obedience orientation. And instrumental relativist orientation, that is, you help me to go out today, to help me today in the canteen, tomorrow I will help you. Or help me giving you a pencil, I will help you by giving my pen. So that kind of moral orientation will be there. That is instrumental purpose orientation. That is stage 2. Then level 2. Most of the we can moral development is not only for children. We can also say that seeing that traffic police is standing there, we don't take that one way. If there is no policeman, that we will take that one way. Like that we are doing. And in the instrumental relatives orientation, you just tell me to go out of this one way, then I will help you to. Hello, are you able to listen? Are you hearing my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What about my slides? Are you able to see my slides?
Loading, sir.
Yes.
It's loading.
Again, you have muted me.
On the work. Sir?
Yes. Slides. Are you able to see my slides?
Yes, sir.
Which slide you are seeing now?
Kohlberg, stage 3, sir.
Oh, very good, very good. Okay. I'll start from this slide.
Yes, sir.
Stage 3. Now we are seeing conventional level. At the conventional level, conformity to social rules remains important to the individual. However, the emphasis shifts from self-interest to relationship with other people and the social system. In the earlier one, we have seen that only self-interest. If I get punishment, I will not do it. If I don't get punishment, I will do it. If you help me, I will help you. So all those things were of self-interest. But now, in this conventional level, it is with regard to the people and social systems. The individual strives to support rules that are set forth by others such as parents, peers and the government in order to win their approval or to maintain social order. Now see stage 3 is good boy or nice girl orientation. Behavior is determined by social approval. The individual wants to maintain or win the affection and approval of others by being a good person. In the classroom, if a girl or a boy is praised for his top score, then he will continue to do that. And he will be developing a sort of moral development that is, again and again we have to achieve high scores so that we will be praised by the teacher. We will be praised by the principal of the school. And likewise in the society also, if you are doing something good, people are praising you for your goodness, then you will continue to do that. That is good boy or good girl orientation. Then stage 4 is law and order orientation. And after a particular stage, mostly this conventional level occurs at the adolescent stage, the adolescent level of children. Adolescent stage, the children will be given the rules and regulations of government, the law and order, and other socially acceptable things and socially not acceptable things. All these things, social rules and laws determine behavior. The individual now takes into consideration a larger perspective that of societal laws. Moral decision making becomes more than consideration of close ties to others. The individual believes that rules and laws maintain social order that is worth preserving. Suppose law and order orientation, we have to obey the rules of the government, we have to obey the law and order orientation, we have to obey the society's norms. So what may be the society norms? I will give examples, some society norms. Suppose if there is a movement of girls and the boys, then they should not go, they should not wander in that particular street, because in society will not approve boys following girls and all. Like that, they will be following based on the society's norms. This is known as law and order orientation. The next slide will give you example for that. People should live up to the expectations of the family and community and behave in good ways. Good behavior means having good motives and interpersonal feelings such as love, empathy, trust and concern for others. And for example, volunteering at a nursing home is the right thing to do. And people doing voluntary service, doing NSS service, doing other service to the society, service to the elders are appreciated. That is known as good boy, good girl orientation. Helping the, suppose anyone has left their jewels or something in the street, and people who are taking that, going and they are just giving it to the police, and they are informing the police someone has left jewels in the street. I found it and I give it to you, sir. So immediately the police officer is praising and he is giving some reward to that boy or girl who has done correct thing. That even in newspapers you might have heard some auto drivers, the passengers when they have left their jewels price, jewels or something like that, they will hand over it to the police, and the police will found the right for the person who has lost those jewels and give it back, and the auto driver or somebody is praised for his good thing. That is good boy, good girl orientation. Next, there is law and order, maintaining social order. Law and order, why we are following law and order even in this corona period, why the government is asking us to stay at home, and because the government is asking us to stay at home because for the larger interest of society. Suppose if you go out and if you get this corona disease affected you, that will affect your entire family. Likewise, everybody is affected. The government cannot do anything. The government cannot cure all those persons. There are no bed facilities, and all those facilities the government cannot provide. At the time, a large scale death will occur. A large scale affected people, the government may find it very difficult, and the people will suffer a lot. And that is why the government is giving some restrictions on the movement of people. That is the best example for law and order orientation. Social accord and system maintenance. We are all following the social and order. A right behavior consists of doing one's duty and respecting authority. Suppose those who are working in banks and teachers, they are sincerely doing their duties. These are all law and order orientation, maintaining the social order. Because we are concerned about the teachers who are doing online teaching, they are concerned about the children's education, because most of the time children are at home and they may not find time to learn. So if we give online learning, online teaching, so they may understand, because they are missing most of the essential part of schooling nowadays, because at this stage, now the date is 26, actually 1 month has gone by, and the schools would have reopened, and the children will be at school, but now they are not at school. But the teachers, with the concern for the social order, they are giving online teaching. That is appreciable. That is the example for stage 4. Flaws in the system are due to the failure of individuals who do not obey the system. Suppose we have also seen that the rules are not obeyed. The way again the coronavirus spread, again the government has insisted on order, and again the government has given this lockdown extension, has given this no movement loan 44 for the people movement. There is a part of 80% of the population that does not progress past stage. Most of the people will not pass after stage 4. That is good citizenship. So most of us, we limit ourselves with this good citizenship. We remain a good citizen. We do not affect others. We do not occupy others' territory, others' area. We do not occupy others' land. We do not do violation of the rules and regulations. We do not insult others. We do not hurt others. We take care of ourselves. We don't interfere and involve in others' activities. That is law and order and maintaining social order orientation. That is conventional level. Then, according to Kohlberg even himself has thought that most of the people do not go above the level of this conventional level. That is level post-conventional level. That is post-conventional level. The individual moves beyond the perspective of his or her own society. Morality is defined in terms of abstract principles and values that apply to all situations and societies. The individuals attempts to take the perspective of all individuals. Suppose you are don't do harmful things which will harm you. So suppose I am saying that, what are the things that you think will be harmful to you? Those things you please do not do to others. That type of thinking if you develop, that is known as social contract orientation. But most of us are not doing that. And even though if it is not, we are deliberately, we are purposively harming others, because knowing pretty well that it will be very harmful to them. And individual rights determine behavior. The individual views laws and rules as flexible tools for improving human purposes. That is given the right situation. There are exceptions to rules. When laws are not consistent with individual rights and the interests of the majority, they do not bring about good for people, and alternatives should be considered. I think this slide will help you to understand this stage 5. Social contract orientation. And what are the things that we consider that will be harmful to society? For example, cutting large scale trees. You are cutting all the trees in your street, all the trees in your particular locality. What will happen? The climate is the climate is very hot climate, and we are adding more harm to the climatic conditions. We are harming, we are harming the people who are living in that particular locality without trees. The trees, cutting trees will be harmful to the society. If we do not do that, that is not a social contract orientation. Before cutting a tree, if you start thinking that by cutting this tree, that we are doing some harmful things to the society. Like that, if you start thinking, that is known as social contract orientation. Rules and laws represent agreements among people about behavior that benefit society. What are the things which are all beneficial to society that will be done? For example, in the street, there are people in the streets, and there are some agencies which are all providing foods to the providing foods to the people who are in the streets, and there are people who are helping the underprivileged. There are people who are helping the physically disadvantaged people. And all these things are social contract orientation for the benefit of society. You are giving eye donation, you are giving the organ donation, whatever that you are giving, that is what social benefit of society. You are raising trees, and you are improving the layer locality by doing some productive activities. All these things form as social contract orientation. Next, the final stage, sixth stage is universal ethical principle orientation. The fifth stage is you are thinking about your locality, you are thinking about society. What are the things which will benefit the society? So in that case, you can add something. Some people are giving some donations, people are giving some contributions, and appreciating the toppers, and giving some gifts to the toppers, or giving financial assistance to the toppers, or helping the children to learn education. All these things are social contract orientation. And above that, that is stage 6, that is universal ethical principle. You might have heard about தாய் மாணவர். இவ்வுலக உயிர்கள் எல்லாம் இன்புற்றிருக்கவே நினைப்பதுவே அல்லாமல் வேறொன்றும் அறியேன் பராபரமே. That is the words of தாய் மாணவர். What he says that each and every living being in the world should be very happy. Without that, I don't think anything. That is what is the statement of Thai Manavar before Lord Shiva. That is the thing. According to Kohlberg, this is the highest stage of functioning. However, he claimed that some individuals will never reach this level. At this stage, the appropriate action is determined by one's self-chosen ethical principles of conscience. These principles are abstract and universal in application. This type of reasoning involves taking the perspective of every person or group that could potentially be affected by the decision. Now see the examples for a universal ethical principle. Mahatma Gandhi ji, Mother Teresa, and they are the examples for the universal ethical principle. Mother Teresa, she served to the needy, poor, and diseased, to the people with the diseases, and she helped all those people. And Mahatma Gandhi also gave these
Hello.
Boom.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. We are not here. Anything more?
No, sir. We can't hear anything.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. I can't hear anything.
Are you able to hear my voice? What about my voice?
Yes,
Are you able to hear?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Audible, sir.
What about slides?
Loading, sir.
Due to network problem, I went out.
It's loading, sir.
Seeing my slide? Are you able
No,
to see
sir.
my slide?
No, sir.
No,
Slide?
no, sir.
No.
No,
Is
sir.
it loading now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Slide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now visible, sir.
Seeing my slide now, huh?
Yeah, yes, sir, now visible.
So I think you are able to see the slide showing Mother Teresa and Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes, now okay. Yes.
Do you see Mother Teresa and Mahatma Gandhi? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Slide visible or not?
Slide is visible, sir. Now we can see the stage 3 slide. Good boy and nice girl orientation.
Nice girl orientation.
Are you able to see my slide? Okay, let me discuss again. Universal ethical principles we have been discussing. Earlier, I told you, Kohlberg is known for moral development stages, 3 levels, pre-conventional level, post-conventional level. The pre-conventional has 2 stages. One is punishment or obedience orientation, the first stage. The second stage is instrumental relativist orientation. In the conventional level, there are 2 stages. Conventional level, that is first stage is social contract orientation. Number 4th is, and that is law and order orientation. And that is in post-conventional social contract orientation. And 6th is universal ethical principles. For example, again, once again I repeat, and there are 3 levels: pre-conventional level, conventional level, post-conventional level. What do you want? Yes? Are you able to see my slides?
No, sir.
Slides are not visible.
No, sir.
What do you say? I couldn't get you. Please, anyone, please give me feedback whether you are seeing my slide or not.
Sir, it
The
is not
stage 3 slide visible, sir.
Stage 3. Good boy, nice girl orientation.
Visible, sir.
You all have to
Stage 4.
No, we are seeing stage 3. Stage 3, good boy, nice girl slide only.
Okay, till it I just repeat to my voice. There are 3 levels: pre-conventional level. There are 2 stages. First stage is punishment or obedience orientation. Number 2 is instrumental relativist orientation. In the conventional level, there are 2 stages. The first stage is good boy, good girl orientation. Number 4th stage, 3rd stage is good boy, good girl orientation. 4th stage is law and order orientation. In the post-conventional level, that is 3rd level, the 5th stage is social contract orientation, and the 6th level is universal ethical principles orientation. Once again, I'll give example for each and every stage. Stage 1, punishment or obedience orientation. If by doing any activity, if I get punishment, I will not do that. Normally, the children will be at these 2 stages. Punishment, they will not do. Reward, they will do. And number 2, instrumental relativist orientation. If you do something good, they will do the particular activity. Suppose you say that you do go and fetch that the pot of water.
Excuse me,
I will
sir.
give you some chocolate. The girl will go and fetch that water and bring to you. That is instrumental relativist orientation. Both are self-centered at the children's level. And the next stage is adolescent level. That is good boy, good girl orientation. The boy doing good in exams, the boy good in society, helping others, helping others. And that is
Excuse me, sir. Sir, excuse me, sir.
Rules and regulations of the government, obeying the rules and regulations of
Sir,
the
excuse me, sir. Sir, slideshow varla, sir.
Slideshow, not again. You give
It's
me.
not.
Is it now?
No, sir.
Sharing. Wait.
Okay.
Hello?
Now? Are you able to see it now?
slides are visible in third stage itself. Good boy, nice girl.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yes. No, you are saying no, also, yes also. What I
No, sir. No,
sir, it
sir.
is not audible.
Sir,
not
slide,
visible.
sir, PPT visible, but you can show the slideshow, sir.
It's probably
We can
because of
see
our
your
network.
PPT.
சரி வைங்க சார் எப்படின்னா வளைப்பாரு
you are not able
Welcome and thank you for choosing freeconferencecall.com. People around the world for free.
slide visible or not visible?
Sir, visible, sir. But stage 3 slide only visible.
Please slide.
Slideshow போடல சார் நீங்க.
So I am showing slideshow. Now?
Now okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, once again I repeat the slides. Okay, slide 1, pre-conventional level, that is punishment obedience orientation. Then stage 2, instrumental purpose orientation. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Then in conventional level, good boy, good girl orientation, doing service to the society, doing service to the elders, that is good boy. Then following the rules and regulations of government, rules and regulations of the college, hostel, all those things, law and order, maintaining social order orientation. Then the post-conventional level, social contract orientation, and doing some service to the society, and donation or donation, whatever the donation and doing some community work, all these things are social contract orientation. And then for example, I stated Tayamanavas, all we are thinking about the entire world, all living beings. Every living being should live happily. If you start thinking like that, like Jains or Buddhists, then it is considered universal ethical principles. So now again you see there are so many slides which will help you to understand the levels of 3 levels of Kohlberg and Lawrence Kohlberg. Now see, these are the slides. And so pre-conventional morality, can I avoid punishment? That is the first stage. What is in it for me? Or what kind of benefit I will get? You are looking for benefit, that is self-interest orientation, second stage. And it is a good, I am a good citizen, that is stage 3, that is nice girl, good boy orientation. And I collaborate to meet law and order, that is law and order orientation. Social contract orientation, that is doing something to the doing something good to the society and doing something good to the entire world, that is universal ethical principles. Now you see stages, each stage it is like put up in a stepwise way. And number stage 1, avoiding punishment, stage 2, aiming at reward, and stage 3, good boy, good girl attitude, stage 4, loyalty to law and order, stage 5 is justice and the spirit of the law, stage 6 is universal principles of ethics. Again, it is also, this slide also explains, and obedience. Can avoid punishment. Police people will punish me if I go by that way, one way, that then I will not do it. That is following obedience orientation. Self-interest orientation. If I do this to you, what kind of benefit I will get back? Suppose if I gave 100 rupees, and how much you will give in back? How much will you give back after 1 month? Will you give back 110 rupees or like that? If you ask, that is self-interest. In interpersonal accord and harmony with the society, I will help because you are in need of money for your hospital expenses. I do something to you, and I want to be a good person, helping to the society. And law and order orientation, again, I have to follow the rules and regulations, the government rules and regulations imposed by all the authorities, justice, and what law says, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable to the society. We're doing a lot of mischievous activities, and other activities are not acceptable to the society, that I will not do it. Suppose in a street itself, that you can find if you do something wrong, you are going very going by your bike very speedily, will it be approved by the street people? No, they will not approve it. Then what do? You go by a normal speed. That is, you are following the law and order, social law and order orientation. Then social contract orientation, and in what way I can help to the street in which I am living, what way I can help to the locality where I am living. Can I plant more tree saplings so that there will be more trees? It will be beneficial to all the people who are living here. They will get more oxygen, and there will be no hot. There will be no hot, and there will be peace and everything that you are thinking in terms of social contract orientation. Then universal ethical principles. What way I can help the people who are suffering in another part of the world, and can I give some donations? Can I give something so that they will be benefited? That if you think started thinking, that is universal ethical principles. I hope I have covered Kohlberg stages very clearly to you. I hope you all understand the levels: pre-conventional level, conventional level, post-conventional level. And each level has 2 stages: pre-conventional level, punishment and obedience orientation; instrumental relativist orientation; conventional level, good boy, good girl orientation, law and order orientation; and in post-conventional level, social contract orientation and universal ethical principle orientation. That's all for Kohlberg. Now we will move on to next important psychologist. Lev Vygotsky is a Russian psychologist. He is also a Jew by birth. Now see, Lev Vygotsky, November 17, 1896. He was born on November 17, 1896 in the place Orsha, Russian Empire, now in Belarus. He died in June 11, 1934 at the age of 37. See, Kohlberg died at the age of 59. He died at the age of 37. At the young age, before reaching 40, he died. And Moscow in Soviet Union. And Sanievsky, Moscow City People's University. They are known for cultural historical psychology, zone of proximal development. That is, in short way, it is called that ZPD. Suppose if any question is asked, he has given a zone of proximal development. It is none other than Vygotsky. We will discuss in detail. His wife's name is Rosa. Field is psychology, institution, Moscow State University, and the notable students: Alexander Luria. Influences: Baruch Spinoza, Wilhelm von Humboldt, Alexander Potemkin, Alfred Adler, Kurt Kafka, Kurt Lewin, Max Wertheimer, Wolfgang Kohler, Kurt Holstein, Karl Marx, John Piaget. Naturally, Soviet Union, definitely Karl Marx might have influenced him. Influences: Vygotsky's Circle, Yuval Ayenko, Yuri Bronfenbrenner. Now see, Vygotsky. Earlier I have told you, he is known for his work, Psychological Development in Children. He published on a diverse range of subjects and from multiple views as his perspective changed over the years. Among his students was Alexander Luria. He is known for his concept of the zone of proximal development, ZPD, zone of proximal development. The distance between what a student, apprentice, now new employee, etc. can do on their own and what they can accomplish with the support of someone more knowledgeable about the activity. Vygotsky saw the ZPD as a measure of skills that are in the process of maturing, as supplement to measures of development that only look at a learner's independent ability. And you are proximal development. Now, give an example for that. See. This is zone of proximal development. Actually, there are 3 circles. The first circle, the difference between can and can't. The can, there is first, you can put a circle, what are the things which you can do. And next circle, what are the things which you can do with the support of a teacher or parent? That is the next circle. Then outer circle is what are the things which we cannot do. Now again, I have got one more slide that will explain to you very clearly. You see this slide? Are you able to see this slide? The first circle you see what you do know. Next is zone of proximal development. Next outer circle is what you don't know. Now see, it clearly explains zone of proximal development. Can, can't. There are three circles. The first inner circle is can, what are the things which we can do, and the outer circle what we can do with the help of a parent, and what we can't do without the help of parent, what we can do. I can give example for that. Suppose if you are asked to make a cup of coffee at home, you can do on your own. Suppose you are asked to make a gravy or a masala gravy or a sambar, something like that, you can't do, but with your mother's help you can do that. That is zone of proximal development. And if you are asked to make a biryani, then you can't do because you have not at all learned to that level. That is that we need scaffolding and all that we will discuss later on. Now we will go back to Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. We will see, we will read his achievements one by one. Then we will understand what he stated. And these are all his early life sketches, and his influential works are relationship between language and thought. He stated that language and thought are the developmental stages. If a child starts uttering blah 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 like that, then later on it starts producing a lot of words. Then it frames sentences. Then what, according to Vygotsky, when the children develop its language, it also develops cognitive ability, cognitive process, that is thinking process starts. That is what he says. Vygotsky was born to the Vygotsky family in the town of Warsaw, Belarus, then belonging to Russian Empire, into a non-religious middle-class family of Russian Jewish extraction. His father, Simcha Vygotsky, was a banker. Lev Vygotsky was raised in the city of Kohlberg, where he was homeschooled until 1911 and then obtained formal degree with a distinction in a private Jewish gymnasium, which allowed him entrance to a university. In 1913, Lev Vygotsky was admitted to the Moscow University by mere ballot through a Jewish lottery. At the time, a 3% Jewish student quota was administered for entry in Moscow and St. Petersburg universities. He had interest in humanities and social sciences, but at the insistence of his parents, he applied to the medical school in Moscow University. So, like today's parents, his parents also influenced him to go to medical school. No. Now see, during the first semester of study, he transferred to the law school. There he studied law, and in parallel he attended lectures at Saniarsky University. Vygotsky's early interests were in the arts and primarily in the topics of the history of Jewish people. Because he is a Jew, that's why he developed interest in history of Jewish people, the tradition, culture, and the Jewish identity. In contrast, during this period, he was highly critical of the ideas of both socialism and Zionism and proposed a solution of the Jewish question by return to the traditional Jewish orthodoxy. Because at the time the Jews were targeted in the World War II time, World War II, and in all over the world the Jews were they were punished, they were put in a concentration camp, like Hitler punished the Jews, and all these things they underwent. And in communist Russia also he had some sort of problems because he is a Jew. And what is his contribution to the psychology? Cultural mediation and internalization. What he says, the children, when it meets the society, it develops language, it develops thought process, it develops cognitive ability. That is what he says. Now you can also see, if a child is reared at home without seeing any others, and it will not develop that much of language ability. suppose if a child is reared with a lot of uncle, aunties, father, grandfather, grandma, grandpa, the child will easily pick up language and easily develop all sort of cognitive abilities. That is what he says. That is what is known as cultural mediation and internalization. And the external stimulus or the external forces and the act upon the children's thoughts, that it makes them to internalize the process and it gives back. So now see, he observed how higher mental functions develop through these interactions and also represented the shared knowledge of a culture. This process is known as internalization. Internalization may be understood in one respect as knowing how. For example, the practices of riding a bicycle or pouring a cup of milk initially are outside and beyond the child. And if you are riding a bicycle, if the child goes out, naturally he can ride bicycle. Or otherwise, if it is at home, it cannot learn riding a bicycle. The mastery of the skills needed for performing these practices occurs through the activity of the child within society. So, when the child is interacting with the society, then only it develops all the practices, all the knowledge. That is what is that is the view of Vygotsky. A further aspect of internalization is appropriation, in which children take tools and adapt them to personal use, perhaps using them in unique ways. Internalizing the use of a pencil allows the child to use it very much for personal ends rather than drawing exactly what others in society have drawn previously. Suppose for a child you are asking, you are giving lot of drills to write using pencil. After a particular period of time, it internalizes what I can write, what are the things I can draw. Then after internalization, it makes manifest those things. That is known as mediation and internalization. See this slide beautifully explains. A girl trying to tie shoelace, but she was not able to. So in the beginning, the girl trying to tie shoelace, but she couldn't do. Her mother helped her, and first after her mother helped, then she does. She practiced it. Task becomes less difficult. After mother helped her tying the shoelace, and then it is easy for her. Now she is able to tie her own shoes. That is, now see again in this right side top corner, and you can see zone of proximal development. I can do it. That is the inner circle. First circle, small circle. Next big circle is with help I can do it. Next big circle. And very big circle, I can't do it. And I told the example, if you are asked to make hot water, we can do it. If you are asked to make a sambar, you may not do, but with the help of your parent, you will do. That is zone of proximal development. But if you are asked to do a higher level of cooking, like biryani making or something like that, you can't do it. That is out of your reach. So that is zone of proximal development. And then private speech. The girl or the children do some private speech without anybody in the society. It will talk. The child will talk herself or himself. Now the private speech is speech spoken to oneself to communicate for communication, self-guidance and self-regulation of behavior. Private speech is typically observed in children from about 2 to 7 years. 2 to 7 years old, you better see. You can see they will be playing at home in a particular room, closing the room. It will call all inanimate objects as animate objects, and it will behave like a teacher, and it will put all the toys, and it will make all the toys as students. So such kind of private speech the children will develop. That is what he is saying. That is the thing that will help them to internalize the concept. That is helping the children to develop the concept, develop the cognition. That is what he says. Then this is another one important term that Vygotsky used. That is scaffolding. Actually, what do you mean by scaffolding? Scaffolding. Have you heard about the word scaffolding? Suppose in a large building. In the large building for the terrace or for something else, they wanted to make ceiling or something else for the mason has to work. The scaffolding will be put up by the mason. Are you able to understand? Scaffolding by masons. Huge structures, with all the for example in Tamil சொல்லணும்னா இந்த வந்து சாரம் கட்டுறதுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இந்த சாரம் கட்டுவாங்க. அந்த ஃப்ரண்ட் எலிவேஷன் பார்த்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு பெரிய பிக் மஹால் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்றாங்க. The front side there will be charam. That is, the mason will be doing with a lot of logs. கட்டையில வச்சு கட்டி மேல சாரம் போட்டுட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன பண்ணுவாரு, mason will go and sit on that and they will do then plastering work and all. That is known as scaffolding. Here what Vygotsky says, the teacher will act as a scaffolding. That is like நான் என் teacher வந்து ஒரு ஏணி படின்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, அதைத்தான் அவர் Vygotsky சொல்றாரு. You see the right side bottom slide, child goal வந்து in the sky, and the teacher's role like the ladder, that is scaffolding. The children using teacher's help reaches its knowledgeable other. That is
Sir?
Sir?
Yes.
Now your voice is hearing, sir. I'm giving the sharing option to you, sir.
Yes, yes. I have opened.
But we can't see your PPT, sir.
I have opened. See, are you able to see this?
No, sir, no.
Are you able to see the slide now? Is it loading now?
Yeah, no, sir.
It's not loading.
No, sir. We can see your name only. Yeah, now loading, sir.
Now loading, huh?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, with a few minutes I will finish. Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear your voice.
Me?
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir.
But I'm opening it in mobile phone or not in laptop.
Okay, okay sir. Shall I give the sharing option, sir?
Sharing option, I don't have my PPT here in the mobile phone.
Okay.
Only
okay,
last
sir.
2 or 3 slides. Let us wait for some time.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Let us wait for some time.
Okay, sir.
Running, give me sharing option.
Yes, sir. Okay, okay, sir.
Slide loading, is it loading?
No, sir, it's visible, sir.
Visible? Oh.
Yes, sir. 17th slide. 17th slide, sir. 17th slide.
17th slide. Oh, 27th slide. Okay. Okay. See in this slide and learn child's inner voice. That is the now as the inner circles the child can do on its own, and the child can do with the help of teacher. Are you able to see this slide now? Teacher or parent, teacher and student. There are 3 circles. Are you seeing this?
Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes. Task not yet the learner's repertoire of abilities. Task at the limit of the learner's abilities. That is, these are all the 3 circles I already told you. Between can and can't, the teacher, zone of proximal development, more knowledgeable other. Who is more knowledgeable other? Teacher is a more knowledgeable other. Like your mother who is helping you to make sambar, she is more knowledgeable other. In what way she is helping you? Helping you in describing the various stages of making sambar. That is known as scaffolding. That is, there the mother acts as a ladder for the child to learn about the process of making sambar. Likewise, in the children, if you are teaching them to make some concrete objects, making them to make a concrete object, you are helping them. When you help them, you are more knowledgeable other, and the helping itself is known as scaffolding. So in more slides we can see that is MKO, more knowledgeable other. See here, what do you know? Zone of proximal development. What you don't know. And you see between can and can't. Can is a smaller circle, the limit of the child. With a particular level, it can do on its own, and with the help of a teacher, it can make something more. And with the help of with those things which we cannot move. I can give one more example. And if you are asked to make a small bag, if you are asked to make a small shirt, you can make as in a tailoring shop. And with the help of a tailor, you can make some pants. But what you cannot make overcoat. That is the illustration I can give for you to know about Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. See, the teacher, MKO. The teacher is MKO, more knowledgeable other. The teacher tells the child to make the toys, assemble into a particular unit. The child first on its own, it fails. So with the help of teacher, it makes the toys. This is the thing. That is, this slide is beautifully explaining you. And I hope with this I hello.
Yes, sir.
And once again, without slides, I can give you some illustration. And I discussed that Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. In that zone of Vygotsky stated that with the help of teacher, the children can reach particular level, and there are outer circles which the children cannot at all reach that particular level. There are 3 circles. The first circle the children can do, and the children can do with the help of teacher. That is known as zone of proximal development. And the teacher is known as more knowledgeable other, MKO. And the teacher doing this type of activity as a ladder is known as scaffolding. These are the terms used in Vygotsky's stages. I hope you all have understood what is Vygotsky, and I hope you are all listening to me.
Yeah, yes,
Is it
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes.
It's audible.
That I conclude my presentation, and we have seen two psychologists in this session. Number one is Kohlberg, and Kohlberg is an American psychologist. He's also a Jew, and he was a professor of education in Harvard School of Education graduation school, and he committed suicide. And the stages are 6 stages that are very, very important to us, and they in 3 levels: pre-convention level, post-convention level, and each has 2 stages. In pre-convention level, punishment and obedience orientation. Number 2 is instrumental relativist orientation. In conventional level, 2 stages: good girl, good boy, good girl orientation, and law and order orientation. In post-conventional level, social contract orientation and universal ethical principles. These are all 6 stages in 3 levels by Kohlberg, moral development stages. And in Vygotsky, and we have seen zone of proximal development, and Vygotsky stated that the children has inner circle in which the children can do on its own, and with the help of teacher it can reach, that is zone of proximal development, and those outer circle which the children cannot reach, and that is the difference. The teacher is acting like a scaffolding to reach the children to the level of zone of proximal development. The teacher is known as more knowledgeable other, and that's all about Vygotsky. Vygotsky has also stated that the children's cognitive development is linked with language development, and he has also stated internalization, cultural mediation, or the terms used by Vygotsky. Vygotsky is a Russian psychologist, and he is also a Russian Jew, and he has died at the age of 37. And these are the 2 psychologists we have seen. I hope you all have understood what are the stages of moral development stages according to Kohlberg, and the zone of proximal development, and the Vygotsky's social learning theory. That's all for today. Thank you so much for your patient listening.
Thank you, sir. Revati ma'am. Revati ma'am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can proceed now, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Your session was very effective and informative. Now I request Mr. Rajan Babu, sir, Principal, Kohlberg College of Research Education, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Yes. Good afternoon to every person here. Every day is a day to be thankful. Life is abundance, has no limit, and gratitude is what keeps the abundance flowing. In every circumstance, there is something for which to be thankful. On this occasion of National webinar, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our beloved Vice Chancellor, Dr. Panchanadan sir, our Registrar, Dr. Balakrishan sir, our Controller of Examination, Mr. Govindan sir. I wish to express my profound gratitude to the resource person of this session today, Dr. Ramakrishnan sir, the Syndicate member, the head of the Department of Education Technology of Tamilnadu Education University. Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful session. I would like to thank the other head of the departments of the university, the associate professors and assistant professors of the university, and I would like also to thank our host of today's program, Uttarani madam and Revati madam, for their wonderful contribution despite a lot of technical glitches. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'd like to also thank our beloved chairman, Dr. Natarajan sir, for having allowed us to have this kind of sessions with our university. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to thank our chairperson, Mrs. Brinda Natarajan, our vice chairman, Mr. G. Vishwanathan sir, for having guided us in this session to have effective communication with all our students. I would like to thank all the trust members of Gojan Educational Trust and also the management committee members of Gojan College of Physical Education. And I would like to also thank the professors, associate professors and the assistant professors of our own Gojan College of Physical Education. I express my gratitude to the professors, the associate professors, assistant professors and principals of various educational colleges and participants of various educational colleges from our own state and also from other parts of our country. I would like to also thank the participants who is actually with all their patience with us for this wonderful seminar, the B.Ed. M.Ed. students, the research scholars and other students of different streams. I really appreciate your patience. Almost 200 participants are here, so I really appreciate your patience till this end to participate in this valuable seminar. I would like to also thank the technical team. Even though we are having a lot of problems with the technical aspects, we could pull it off in a successful manner and we could conclude this session effectively even in this extended time. And I would like to express my gratitude to our management, our university for having permitted to conduct this webinar in a successful manner. My special thanks goes to Dr.N.Ramakrishnan sir for having given us wonderful seminar. And I like to thank all the team members of Ramakrishnan sir, the research scholars once again. Thank you very much for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Damodharan. Thank you, Mutrani ma'am. Thank you, Revati ma'am. Thank you, Rashida ma'am. And thank you for everybody in the team.
Thank you, sir. Sir, shall I wind up the session, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Sir, shall I wind up the session?
Wind up the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.